Browns Network radio analyst Nathan Zegura on the 2026 wide receiver draft class and the trade market for wide receivers.
For most people, that Carnell Tate is the best receiver in this class. Now, it's funny because the comment a lot of people got, well, we've never seen him be a one, so we don't know if he can be a one. Now, I pushed back on some of those people, and I said, well, Jeremiah Smith's probably the number one receiver on all but maybe 5 teams in the NFL right now, which they certainly agreed with. So a lot of people are saying he's like Devontae Smith. He's a quiet number one, but he's got a loud number one with him, which is the case of A.J. Brown there, which, by the way, A.J. Brown, D.J. Moore, and Marvin Harrison were 3 names that were kind of talked about as being potentially available in trades. I think the Olave stuff, people were saying that doesn't make any sense, which I don't think it does. He and Chuck played very well down the stretch last year. But back to Carnell Tate, he was pretty much the consensus top receiver from what people that I talked to had said, and that if you were going to take a receiver at 6, that was the one.
So, Pete, he didn't run real fast. It was in the 4.5s. I don't know that that doesn't really concern me. I think a lot of the 40-time stuff is overblown. What are your thoughts?
Well, it just means he's not a speed receiver, and there are 3 ways to win in the NFL. You can be a speed receiver, you can be an explosion receiver, and you can be a receiver that wins with flexibility. And if you're looking at Carnell Tate, the most likely scenario is that he's the third, the flexibility, which is how Jackson Smith-Njigba wins, and guys like that. Mekhi Lemon would be in the same boat. Guys like you want to see run a good 3-cone, sub-7, good shuttle time, those things, where they win with body control. They win with quickness and, good route running, all those things. Like, you could totally see where Carnell Tate is that type of player. Certainly, I think people would feel better if he ran in the 4.4 range, but to your point, it's not the end of the world. It just means I want to see him do the other thing that shows he can be special, because everything else looks good in terms of production and all that stuff. So that's where he just needs to sort of just do the rest of the things. And hopefully that testing bears out and it just says, yep, he's a good body control receiver, and you move on from there.